Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. Let me make sure it works real quick. Let's see. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Cool. I can see myself. All right. Yeah. Oh, I got an extra viewer in there. I wonder who that is. Is that Warrior or perhaps is that maybe Dan? Yeah, I don't know. I just got bored and I said I'm just gonna do another Q&A. Might as well try to interact with me small community of fellow Lions lovers. Oh, here goes my second viewer. But yeah, I don't kind of just hear. I'll try to edit out the parts where there's no questions. But so I guess the best I can do is talk with you guys and I don't know, make questions for myself since there's no one's here. Oh, there's one person. Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna make a guess. I want to see if I'm right on who this is. This Warrior or Dat Dude Live or maybe John Kepler. That might want to be which one is it? Or is YouTube playing some tricks on me with my one viewer? I might just be saying things I shouldn't be watching on my phone. Shouldn't be registering my viewer, my phone viewer, since I'm no longer signed in. So yeah, if you have any questions, whether it be video games, movies, Lions football, any form of football, or any form of sports, in my opinion, I'm glad to answer said question. Oh, and if you could maybe give a like to the video, try to get the algorithm going. But I don't know. I guess I could also just talk some Lions football and like what was my favorite selection. I guess since just in case there's no questions for me. I would say my favorite draft pick that the Lions had was our first round draft pick, Penei Sewell. I absolutely love that we're investing in the trenches this time and not just like, drafting skill positions. Like the Matt Millen era, what we did was draft skill positions. Mayhew era was a bit meh. They didn't do a good job when they didn't invest in the trenches anyways, but all they really drafted was, I believe, Warford, Swanson and Tomlinson, and only one of those guys were a first round pick. So I absolutely love that we're starting a year with linemen and like going forward with that, because now the Lions could have like a top 5 line is a big thing for me, or maybe even better than top 5, top 3 maybe. When you have Sewell, Decker, Ragnow, and hopefully develops these out Jackson, and hopefully Big V can improve and have a great season at right guard, and we can see some big play from him. Another thing I would say is maybe I could maybe I would say maybe Amon-Ra St. Brown would be that next pick. I I do love Levi Onwuzurike and Ali McNeil, and I do like Iffy, but I think getting Amon-Ra with the value he had in the 4th round as a steal, as a slot and outside, and being able to also play in the backfield, and to probably be as pro ready as he is, and they get him in the fourth round. It's just I love that pick. I think it's an absolute steal because the Lions are able to invest in a skill position and still like bring in value, and because we were still able to bring in two guys in the trenches, we were still able to uh, three guys in the trenches. We had Sewell, Levi O, and Ali McNeil, and that's pretty huge for me. And because now we honestly don't really have to invest all that much into the trenches unless we have like a luxury player or like an extra pick via trade down. Or even just if the Lions feel like, oh hey, there's no person here of value in a skill position. There's a guard that's really good looking. Let's take him here. I would love that. Just solidify that O line, protect off or whoever the QB of the future is for the Lions, which would be pretty dang cool in my opinion. But I don't know, man. It's some interesting stuff. Uh, yeah. I let's see. What's another question I have set up for myself? Uh, why don't I think the Lions address the situation? I have no idea. um, I think it might be because they're confident in Tracy Walker, Will Harris, and their recently signed safety DeMar Lowe. But I do think there might be a bit of a sleeper in Bobby Price. And here's my reasoning for talking about Bobby Price. Um, he's a good sized athlete, and he can be an excellent box safety at 6'4", 205 pounds. He has some potential. Um, he he let's see if I can find his college stats. Norfolk State Spartans. This is he played more games than that. Can't find his college stats. Bobby Price. Oh, what's going? Oh, yeah. What up, that dude? Uh, bored. I guess I just decided to do another live because might as well interact with whatever community I have and kind of grow a bond with them. I guess is what I decided, and I decided it's also fun just getting questions and answers. So, how are you doing, man? I liked your what was your video today? Wasn't the QB situation? Well, I know you had a video. Hold up, I watched it today. Uh, dude live, dude live. No, it was the front office and the receiver core. Okay, yeah, that was a great video. I like that one. Hey, thanks for the like. But, yeah, your points about the receiver core were great, and I also I also like our front office like you do. That was a good point in your videos. I also have to say, dude, your voice just sounds awesome, man. Like it's a very cool deep voice. But so I guess, do you have any questions, my good sir? Again, honestly, talk about anything. It doesn't have to be Lions football. I mean, I guess we already talked a lot today in Discord, so that was pretty fun. You dropped 5 in the last 2 days. BS the front office. So I think it's a conference. Yeah, anytime, man. Your your channel's pretty dope, man. It's definitely fun. It's kind of a lot more fun seeing these like smaller content creators like me and you, because we got like that like freshness to ourselves and all that. I kind of feel like a large part of it is genuine too. Because when I watch bigger streamers, there's definitely like this like how do I explain this? They have like I feel like boring or videos. It's just kind of like reading off articles off other people's. Like, well, I'm not, yeah, just reading off articles off of things and being like reacting to this, and have a crazy thumbnail. Um, the only like big time YouTubers that I like watch themselves like stay genuine and cool is Luke G and Dion. But like I just like watching the short guys. Oh yeah, same old, same old. Yeah, it's it's just kind of rough with those bigger YouTubers because I understand it. It can definitely be challenging with videos. Like today, I had to think of just something. It was definitely I try to write down what I'm gonna do for each day. So like Monday I do a video, Tuesday I do this video on this and all that. I was clueless today, so I just yeah it gets some interesting stuff. But then I also just freaking love that you do your videos in the car, man. But, but it's some fun stuff. But yeah, I don't know, just that, and also just the thing about small. I like supporting the smaller people too because um small people don't get like a huge amount of followers. For example, just myself, you're my only viewer right now, and but you get like Luke G and he gets like 30 people like the moment his stream starts. So I try to support those smaller people so that way they get a following and they get like more popular. Which is something I plan to do if I become a bigger challenge like channel. I plan to like look for smaller channels about lions or sports, and I'd be like, "Yo, want to come on my show?" And I try to get them a following. But, yeah, that's all I got for YouTube topics. But yeah, in terms of the front office, yeah, dude, it's just great. Justin Minrapper. Do we have any new news updates on the Detroit Lions? I right now, okay, okay. I'm gonna start with Justin's, and then I'm gonna go for that. Uh, I don't think we do. I know Dan Campbell got his own lion from PETA. That was a yeah, nothing new. Jelani Tavai got praised by Mark Delone the other day, but I don't know if that's per se new because that was yesterday. Uh, Campbell got his Lions thing, and then the source that said that the Lions were trying to get Matt Campbell, which I knew was false, was false. No surprise there. That dude live says my mind is going crazy about content. I have one brother likes Green Bay, my other brother likes the Bears. Oh man, dude. Packer, and you live in Bear County. You're soccer man. Hey, anyone that's in their car and has the bravery to do their soccer man, I have respect for, man. Oh, that's rough, man. Imagine being a Bears fan. Like you were always on like the cusp of being good, but then they just flop. At least when we suck, we know we're going to like be bad. Like we have potential, but then it just comes down, and we kind of like we can tell, and we're used to it, and whoosh. But then Bears like they'll start out 5-0, and then just what was it 5-1 or something, and just go boop 8-8, and then rely on quarterbacks like Trubisky and Foles. And Green Bay they have to lose their hearts over Aaron Rodgers every season, and then we'll see what happens with Jordan Love. But and I did see a little rumor on Instagram, by the way, Justin May, that we might be interested in Julio Jones. I don't know how true that is. I don't see it happening, but yeah. Thanks for coming, by the way, Justin. I believe you're a sub of mine, but it's nice to see people on on the drive. So what made Justin? What made you a Lions fan? By the way, I guess I know I'm supposed to want to ask the questions, but I already know how that dude became a Lions fan because I talked to him on Discord. Check out his channel, by the way. He's an awesome channel. Um, yeah, I don't know. Just this year, just I don't know. The only way to survive the last 60 plus years is just going and thinking about which teams you can knock out of the playoffs. Hey, I believe we. Uh, what makes us survive is remembering we had Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders, and we had Stafford for a bit. Oh man, that just makes it rough knowing that they're gone. But uh, yeah, it's a bit rough. I think I think being a Lions fan's a bit more like that SpongeBob thing with Squidward going future, future, because we just saying future, future, future every year. But I don't know. This is not going to be our year, but this is definitely like I feel like this. You know how the Giants have that feel with Joe Judge, and how everyone's like, okay, yes, they went 6-10, but they showed a lot of promise and looked way better. Or kind of like Brian Flores in 2019. You could tell the team was more disciplined and more improved. That was a big thing there. Yeah, true. Being the reason Green Bay doesn't have a home game is also pleasing. Yeah, what is it with the Lions? That was the one thing Patricia actually had a good thing going for him was his success against the Packers. Was it Patricia actually did good against good ranked teams? He did good against the Chiefs. He did good against the Packers, and he did good against the Rams. But we couldn't freaking beat like anybody else. I mean, he could also maybe beat the Cardinals. That Patricia era was so weird, man. We let go of guys like Kennard and Diggs and Slay, and and then we just could beat random teams, and we'd lose to like teams we should have beaten. Like I don't fully get it, but I don't know. It, dude, that's just rough. Green Bay and Bears family members. I mean, and you're, oh man, that'd just be rough, man. I mean, who treats you better, the Packer brother or the Bear brother? Also, yeah, and the Pats. You're right. Also the Pats. Yeah, Patricia just beat the good teams, but just could not beat the bad teams. We had so much potential in the Patricia era. I wish we had Campbell and all that guys during the Patricia era and get to see how well they did. But who neither. Oof, they all just make. But we got to prove them wrong. This year we'll make them feel bad. Although at least we haven't wasted Aaron Rodgers and losing the championship game every year. We just choke every other game. But I don't know how much the Bears fans can really scold you all that much. I mean, the Bears barely beat Swift. I mean, beat the Lions, but then Swift had the drop. Um, then you had the Calvin Johnson play that 1 year, which should have been a real catch, but then they didn't allow it. And the Bears have like literally just been awful besides for like a year or two the last decade. I think you had the one Josh McCown, Alshon Jeffrey year when Gase was the offensive coordinator, and then you had the Khalil Mack first year. So it's like the Bears have any right to really mock you all that much. I mean, they have as many playoff appearances, I think, as I believe the Cardinals. So I wouldn't really brag if I were the Bears fans. At least the Packers go to the playoffs and win a division most of the time, but and actually have a good quarterback. But I don't know. I will say I do respect Aaron Rodgers because at least he gave respect to Stafford in that Pat McAfee show. Uh, San Francisco is going to be 2019 Bears when they lost Vic Fangio. Oh, I wholeheartedly agree. Uh, San Francisco is going to be the surprise bad team next year. First off, they're playing in a hard division that contains the Rams. Now having Matthew Stafford, um, and I actually really like the selection of Ernest Jones. And I think Tutu Atwell is going to be like a good deep threat end. And you got Deshaun Jackson, but when that's going to help Stafford with those deep balls. And you already got Cooper Kupp and you got Robert Woods and a really underrated tight end Tyler Higbee. Hopefully another season from Cam Akers. And then you got Darnell Henderson rotating in with him. That's a good running back duo. The O line is ranked third last season, and hopefully it can play well. And their defense is just astounding. And then you have the Cardinals, who are supposedly this improved team. And then you have Seattle, who's an amazing team in its own right, just because they have Russell Wilson. But here's the biggest reason I think they're going to choke, not just because they lost Sala. The reason I think they're going to be kind of a question mark is if you look at their depth chart from the 2019 year, you had DeForest Buckner, Eric Armstead, Solomon Thomas, and Nick Bosa. But now the team has Eric Armstead, Kinlaw, DJ Jones, and Bosa. And also they had D Ford in 2019. But now they lost to DeForest Buckner, and Eric Armstead was just average last year. Kinlaw's been a disappointment. I don't think most people even know who DJ Jones is. I didn't know who he was till I did my schedule video. We'll see what Samson Beckham, but he was never that elite in Rams. So really, the only pass rusher that's of any worth noting in Niners is Nick Bosa, and then their secondary is just Jason Verrett, and that's it. Nobody else is really scary at all for me in San Francisco defense anymore, other than their linebacker core and Bosa and their safety core. Other than that, no. Their offense is the only reason I think they're going to go over the schedule. I think I already did some videos of the schedule. Oh, W's and L's. I think I already did videos on. I already did those videos, but I think we are an 8-9 team. I believe I had us beating San Francisco, Chicago, I believe I had us beating San Francisco, Chicago, Cincinnati, Philly, Pittsburgh, Chicago again, Denver, Arizona, and Atlanta. Yeah, those are the teams that I had us beating. I think we're gonna lose to Green Bay, Baltimore, Minnesota, Los Angeles, Cleveland. Then I think we're gonna lose to Minnesota again, and then I think we'll lose to Seattle and Green Bay. Then this is with the assumption that Aaron Rodgers is there as well. I'm just going to assume Aaron Rodgers is going to be there because Aaron Rodgers always threatens to leave, and until he's gone, I'm going to say W for Rodgers because Rodgers just is Rodgers, so you can't really beat him. But if there's a couple surprise games, I think the Lions could beat the Steelers, and I think they could maybe beat Baltimore. I'm not a huge fan of Lamar's current late play right now, and I didn't love their draft. I think it's the most overrated draft in the NFL. I don't like away. You shouldn't get drafted in the first round of 0 sacks. I don't care how athletic you are. If you get 0 sacks and you played as long as he has, and he hasn't done anything really of note, you don't draft that. Rashad Bateman, I don't see the fit. Lamar Jackson already has the contested catch guy in Mark Andrews. You think we can beat any team? Well, that's always been the case. we can be any team, but we can also lose to any team. There's a couple. The only team I don't see us beating at all is Cleveland. I don't see us beating them at all. Nor do I see a win versus Seattle. But how consistent? Yeah, that's. I think we'll be fairly consistent. I think how we start is kind of how we're going to be. So long as we're healthy, I think we're going to be a fairly consistent team. The only player who I think we're really going to see inconsistent play from is Goff, but I think we're going to see consistent play from Swift and Williams. And we're going to see rookies being inconsistent. Sewell's going to have his tough outings, and Levi is going to have his tough outings. Aleem's going to have his tough outings. Those guys might be inconsistent, but we're going to be a solid team. I don't think we're quite playoff quite yet. My big part for that is we don't have a true number one, and Amon-Ra is unproven. So I can't, as much as I love the guy, I can't just say he's going to be good. But I do like where the Lions. I think we're building a really good team. I believe we're building to being the next team. Who is my most underrated player? Amanio Roriwe. Uh, I hope I said his last name. Amanio. He's the most underrated cornerback in the NFL, man. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna try to block out that light for you. Um, Amanio had a oh man, if you watched my video on him, you'll know why I think he's the most underrated player. The man had over 50 tackles last season, had a low completion percentage, and touchdown. Well, T.J. Hawkinson made the Pro Bowl though. Anyone who thinks of the Lions thinks of T.J. Hawkinson and Jared Goff. Those are like the two players everyone knows on the Lions. Nobody that I really talk to ever knows who Amani O is. But like Amani O is just like always just like, wow, I didn't know this guy was good. But this guy, he had like stats better than Darius Slay, Marcus Peters, and a couple other guys I forgot to mention on top of my head. But if you watch my video on him, I legitimately think he's the most underrated cornerback in the league. The guy was playing at number one with arguably the worst pass rush in football and the worst ranked defense in football, and he was playing as well as he did. I mean, he had what was it? I think a 59% completion percentage and only 3 touchdowns allowed. He had a fantastic season. Yep, 59% completion percentage and 3 touchdowns allowed. He was fantastic. Now I understand why Hawk, because Hawk's a top 4 tight end. That's true. Goff does love to throw to his tight ends. I also think Hawkinson's going to play better with the Lions. I mean, with Goff, because if you watch Hawkinson's play highlights, he fell down a lot. Did you ever notice how like whenever Hawkinson would catch it, kind of like catch it, and then you go woo, and then you kind of like fall down and get tackled. I think that was half of that was because Stafford would just throw his little bullets, and that could have affected his play. So I'm hoping that since Goff throws a teeny bit nicer, we could see a lot more yards after the catch plays from Hawkinson. I also think Hawkinson's a better blocker than Travis Kelce. I think the number one blocker in the league is Kittle, but then I think number two is Hawkinson in terms of tight ends. And I think he's just fantastic. I mean, when you have Darrell Bevel, who essentially refused to use him more than like 2 times a game and almost always just put him out of blocking, and he plays well as he did, he would have been crazy. Oh yeah, he's been half a tackle. He's been fantastic. Like that man is just he moves everything so incredibly well. I actually think he could possibly get like over 900 yards next season. Now that he's not competing against Golladay, Jones Jr., Amendola, and has a coach that's actually going to probably use him, I could definitely see Hawk be used. Welcome, third viewer. Welcome to the stream, or I guess live. Um, if you have any questions, pop them out. But yeah, to continue with your thing, TJ he's been fantastic, man. Uh, he's been well worth the 8th overall pick. Ed Oliver has not done anything like that. That was kind of the big guys that we were supposed to get. Ed Oliver and Brian Burns, and Brian Burns has just been a good pressure guy, and that's it. Look what they did with Jimmy G and Breeze. What the Rams did against Jimmy G and Breeze, like Goff's success against them, like the tight ends or Hawkinson. I'm actually kind of confused on what you're saying there. Are you saying look how good George Kittle did with Jimmy Garoppolo, or or are you talking about like the Lions play against Breeze and Garoppolo? Because we honestly we would have beaten Jimmy G had it not been for the Tracy Walker PI. That's what you're meaning. And in terms of the Saints game, we should have played better. against we should play better against the Saints. Let's see what was you what were you saying? Game log. If we got some picks against Breeze, didn't we? Something. Oh. Yeah, we got a pick against Breeze. Wasn't that Duron Harmon? No, New Orleans utilizing Jimmy G with Drew Brees. Campbell coming from New Orleans. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Like how they use them. Yeah, okay. I see what you mean now. Okay. Yeah, Dan Campbell is gonna probably utilize play action West Coast offense with maybe the occasional like deep ball throw from to like Rashad Perriman and maybe like a play or two to Tyrell, but you're probably gonna see very similar offensive success that the 49ers and Saints. Yeah, I agree. I think that's obviously what Dan's trying to go for. I mean, he wants to. He said it himself. He wants to pound the rock, and the Niners literally are known for running under Kyle Shanahan, and the Saints literally utilize Alvin Kamara more than they utilize anyone on that roster other than Taysom Hill, maybe. But yeah, I don't want us to technically imitate anyone after the Patricia stuff and Schwartz stuff. I don't really want to try to imitate. I want to be our own team. I want the Lions to imitate the Lions because we haven't had that. We've had guys try to be in copy their past teams. I want Campbell to come in and bite some kneecaps, man. I want wins, and I want us to be the team. I want teams to copy us in the future. I want to see Aaron Glenn get hired because we are a Super Bowl team, and he trying to copy the Lions. That's what I see. But I definitely agree in terms of scheme. I think you're going to see kind of like similar play that Garoppolo and Brees had in offensively. Yeah, I don't know. And in terms of like defensive stuff, you're going to see Saints 100% copy. Glenn's the same guy, and so is Campbell. So it'll be interesting that they get the same pressure. I think Romeo, Aguara, Trey Flowers, uh, Brockers, Aleem, and Levi O all at once with the recent comments of Todd Wash is going to be scary for pass rush terms. Yeah, I guess that's all I have for your utilizing. Mm-hmm. Right, I agree. Breeze and Goff are completely different, but I feel he's going to be Goff's crutch when we get down. I agree. I think you're going to see like similar like play from Breeze and Goff. But they're different players. Drew Brees doesn't like throw the ball deep. Goff can definitely throw the ball deep. That's a pretty known fact. Um, that's something you should definitely like about him. Guess I lost my viewers. Dang. Make sure that it's all going well. Yeah, there we go. I can hear myself, which is fine. But um, yeah. Oh, we got another person back. Oh, and another person back. Welcome back, or welcome to the live. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask. And and they're gone. Yeah, dude, just I'm kind of excited just to have football going, man. Like, I don't know, football. To talk Lions football is just like one of my favorite things to do. But like, especially just like Lions fans, because Lions fans know more about Lions than like A lot of players. Like, and even then, yeah, like the someday coming to your show. I don't know when I can do that. I'm pretty busy on Tuesday, Wednesday next week. I could maybe do that in like 2 weeks. But like, I'm pumped because now I can actually interact with the community with Lions fans because everyone where I'm at's Denver, Seattle Packer fans, and Seattle fans are just so confident in their team every time. But all you have to do is remind them of that 1 yard line play, and then they shut up. So it's quite great. But yeah, I'm the singular Lions fan at my school, so it's fun being able to kind of interact with people like you in the channel and see all that. But yeah, got a wife. Congrats, bro. Yeah, can totally work it out for myself. Excuse me, say for my get something here. Yeah, just this kind of thing though is I like having a YouTube channel. Is when I'm bored, I can literally just do stuff like this and just get on my live and just chat with the fans, and you know, it's just some fun stuff to do because I also just like seeing like their perspective. For example, so far I think me and you agree on just about everything. Uh, it's fun. Pop out, yeah. You're good. Hey, wife first, bro. I believe that's the first rule of marriage is happy wife, happy life, I believe is the saying. So yeah. Just keep I will keep the stream going, sir. I'll probably keep going until like honestly you're gone or just like I'm done. Or maybe I just feel like playing Halo or something. But I actually got off Halo because I was choking, man. But I don't know. Then I also made a video earlier about if Goff didn't pan out, but we'll see how that video does. But oh, welcome second viewer. If you have a question, come bring it in. It would be great appreciated. My man, that dude can't. I'm sure he can only come up with so many questions, man. He's only human. At least maybe he could be an alien. I don't know. I mean, why else would he contact a small YouTuber such as I? It could be just just, I don't know. Oh, we got 3 viewers. Oh, and he back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, feel free to ask question, guys. Like, I'm totally fine with like any question, so long as it's like appropriate. uh, and because one pride, yeah, we are one pride, man. We are the den. Honestly, I feel like that's also the best part about the Lions. We have some pretty cool things. Like we got the den, we got one pride. That's some pretty dope stuff that Lions fans got. That lots of other things have. I saw a meme. That was fantastic. Oh, biggest question mark. I think linebacker. Will Trey Flowers and Romeo War be good outside linebackers? Trey Flowers played outside linebacker in New England, did good, but is he going to translate to the Lions and Glenn and outside New England? Romeo War be a good outside linebacker. I haven't seen anything that says he has any outside linebacker experience. But then we also got the question mark about Derek Barnes. He struggled in coverage. Are we getting Jared Davis 2.0 or are we getting Devin White? Jelani Chavai, will he get an impact after Mark Malone saying, I have no idea. Jamie Collins is like our only like okay, we know what we're getting out of Jamie Collins kind of guy. But even then, there's kind of the question mark out of Jamie. I mean, he's never like operated well outside of New England's system. But to be fair, he played for the bad Browns and Hugh Jackson, so I think he's going to be fine. Welcome, third viewer. Hope you are going to enjoy the stream and feel free to ask any question you like. Welcome to the den, where it's nice that you don't have to be a Lions fan, but it sure is nice. Tom Grassi. Except it's a Lions version. Ooh. But yeah. Yeah, and also just feel free for you other two viewers to ask any question you'd like. You can ask video games, movies, like but we like the Lions. Boo. Hey, I'm just saying we probably have like the scariest logo out of all the teams other than like the Raiders. Like a lion, I feel like I'm gonna be slightly more scared of a lion than a bear. Because bears are at least nicer. Lions are lions. I'm gonna be more scared of them than a panther. A lion versus a cardinal. We already know what's gonna happen. Like we got the scariness, bro. Of course, there is the Patriots, which means they're gonna be gun-loving Americans. But we'll see. I don't know, man. I just like everything about the Lions. I also just love our jerseys, man. Our jerseys are just oh, I love the Honolulu blue. I don't know. I absolutely love it, man. Like it's good stuff that we have there. We have the dopest logos, but the worst. A small price to pay for salvation. Okay, no, it's not, but it's pretty nice. But I don't know. Arguably, I think you could say Cleveland's just as bad in history. I mean, they went 0-16 too. They have the worst logo, so I would say the Browns are worse historically. Oh, but they had the Jim Brown era and the Bernie Kosar era. But we had Barry Sanders. Um, I believe there's also like we had a championship team at one point. We were actually really good at them. Is that the Parks era? I don't remember. But is there actually just 3 viewers, or is it just mind games on me? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Would you change our uniforms? If so, what would you change it to? I would never change our uniforms, but if I were, I don't know. I would change it to more of a black and blue kind of look, but like like our old black jerseys. I'd kind of make it more like our current jerseys, but black and blue instead of just like the all black and a little bit of blue. Yeah, the color scheme. Yeah, I'd kind of do it like that, except I'd kind of like make it more modern look. But I don't know. I don't exactly have the biggest of I'm not the best jersey person. I just have preferences that I see. So I'm not a great designer, I guess you could say. But yeah, I like our old black and blue jerseys. Yeah, they were fire. Dan Campbell was in them, so who knows? Maybe Campbell's gonna be like, "Yo, if we're gonna be biting some kneecaps, we need those black uniforms, man." Who knows, man? They were dope. Definitely part of an era. They hold up. They will be missed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll be missed. They were a good part of Lions football history. We gotta bring back the black and blue. Oh yeah, DC. Hey, I'm just saying. We already got the DC for Back in Black, so maybe, maybe we could see some promise there. ACDC, Back in Black, Back in Black. Beep, boo. Boo, 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 boo. You know, honestly, I do wonder who the second hero is. Could just be, could be YouTube spying on me, making sure I don't commit crimes, abide to their strange community guidelines. Could be my parents, honestly. They could be spying on me, making sure I'm doing a good job. You know, making sure I keep the good boy. Yeah, it's the boogeyman. What gives me the most confidence in 2021? The coaches. Um, just the mentality these coaches have brought makes me confident. Like, look, seeing Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes so excited made me excited for the picks. Seeing them like A, so unified, and B, so pumped up was like, this is awesome. We're gonna be awesome. We're going to the Super Bowl. Woo! And no, that one maybe not, but we'll see what happens. But I actually really like the Lions coaches right now. I love this kneecap mentality they're putting in. The fact that we got this like hardcore but fun head coach. We got the good staff. Coaching just does a lot. Look no further than Mike Tomlin. He himself just like makes the Steelers so freaking good, man. Even when they have question marks everywhere, and they still will go at least 8-8 under him. So it's a true testament to that guy's ability to play football. Oh, I got to adjust my hat. Yeah, I love the boogeyman comment. It's the boogeyman. Dude, that man was just like moving at his at that draft day. He was. I thought Campbell was going to be the guy that was just going to be, wow, I'm so happy we got this guy, and he was just kind of like, yo, we got our guy, clap, clap. But Holmes is like out of his chair, moving like, we got Sewell, yes, and just start hugging everyone and just start like freaking doing everything, like slamming his desk, like yes, yes, yes. I'm like, jeez, the guy with glasses has all the energy and not the kneecap Biden head coach. I wish. Yeah, I don't know. I just love this team's energy. It's such a happier tone than it was when it was Caldwell and Patricia, because like when it was Patricia, it was no fun, little nothing. Like I don't remember the last time I saw Bob Quinn or Patricia laugh. Like they didn't really do anything. They were just all they cared about was good manners and apparently good posture. Just make sure Manny P doesn't barge into my room and just go, watch your posture, man. It honestly was. Honest, just Brad Holmes when he's calling Sewell, hey Sewell, back. And Sewell's like, I'm going, man. I'm going to the Lions. Like honestly, I just love that. Also, I love that teams like players are excited to be here at the Lions. Because, like, for example, when we saw Okuda get drafted, he was just kind of like off the phone. I got picked. But then when Sewell was picked, he's freaking crying. And he's just like, we made it to the den. We made it to the den. But my man, I love that team players are coming here excited. Like Jamal Williams wanting to be here so bad. The fact that we got so many players coming 1-year deals just to play with these guys. It just speaks volumes to me. And the fact that Romeo wanted to come back, even though he probably could have gotten even more money than if he left Detroit, is absolutely huge for me in that regard. Oh no, I'm dying. I'm not even tired. Do 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 do. But do you know anyone keeping? Do you have anyone you're keeping your eyes on in free agency? And yes, players wanting to be here is awesome. Yes, if there's a player I'm keeping my eye on in free agency, it's it's Tom Kennedy. Tom Kennedy was re-signed, and the man came out of the University of Bryant and used to play lacrosse, and the man was just absolutely fantastic. He reminds me of Danny Amendola. Just kidding, no, I'm not Tom Kennedy. Um, the guy I'm keeping my eye on from free agency is probably Rashad Perriman or Dean Marlowe. Dean Marlowe because we literally addressed nothing in the Lions safety program. And another reason is he showed flashes of being good in Buffalo. And then for Rashad Perriman, he himself also showed a lot of promise. He played well. He did fantastic. He has the speed and size. He's a former first round pick. And maybe with someone actually believing him and hopefully good quarterback play, we could see it from Rashad Perriman. There technically is a receiver that was a bust for a team that he played that Goff has played with and done well. Uh, Perriman, Perriman's I think kind of like comparison from the Rams is Robert Woods. Robert Woods was a complete bust in Buffalo. And just couldn't do anything. And then he goes to Jared Goff and he plays amazingly well. So there's definitely that potential over there with Woods. And Perriman maybe finally breaking out. He's only 27 years old. Let's see how he does. He's inconsistent. He's had the flashes of being great, especially in Tampa. And I think if he just gets that good quarterback, because his quarterbacks have been Joe Flacco, Sam Darnold, Jameis Winston, and Joe Flacco again. Like, let's hope him getting a Goff. Like, oh, also he had Baker Mayfield. I forgot about his time in Cleveland. But yeah, basically he had a rookie Baker Mayfield as his best quarterback. So, but we could see something from Perriman. But Marlowe's definitely there, up there. I think a sleeper might be Charles Harris. Uh, he could maybe be like a Trey Hendrickson for us if he since he's going to be our pass rushing specialist. I think that might be the vision that they have for him. I'm not saying he's going to. I don't even know if I'll ever do a video on Charles Harris, but he could be a player that can maybe do something. And yeah, maybe Corn Elder, but she's not. I don't know. The only thing that I love about Corn Elder is the fact his name is Corn and Elder. Graham McGorn. Yeah, there's a couple players. Try Turner, guard from the Chargers. He's 27 years old and he's had some elite seasons at guard. If if the Lions are not confident in Big V, which I don't think they should be, I would go and see if I could get Turner like a 1 year deal and be like, hey, we're willing to pay you big money. And I would just love if we could just get a starting left tackle, starting left guard, starting left centers, starting right guard, starting right tackle that are all good. That'd be awesome. Um, Malik Hooker is another one since Lions have barely addressed safety. I think getting a guy like Malik Hooker would be interesting. And maybe even Cedric Wilson, receiver out of Boise State. Um, he could definitely be an interesting one that we could look at. Let me make sure I'm remembering everyone and make sure they're not taken. All teams, all positions. Oop, oop, oop. What's this website doing? Okay. Or wide receiver update. So I think a potential guy would be that. I could see Marquise Lee after the 49ers let him go. I There's not many guys I'd look at, honestly, that are left. It's probably like Cedric Wilson and what's his name? Malik Hooker. That are kind of my guys to look at. Um, I could also maybe see us getting another linebacker. Like I can maybe see us getting like Quan Alexander if we need like veteran depth. Or even Avery Williamson if he hasn't since he hasn't been resigned. Kind of get that linebacker position solved, and then just safety. Let's see who's available at safety. Oh yeah, there's Rayshon Jenkins. Rayshon Jenkins is a proven vet. I think he's already gotten. I think. Oh, never mind. He got signed already. Guys who have not been signed. Wow, the safety position was not ignored this year. Justin Simmons is apparently a free agent, so I would love it. Oh, okay, Kenny Vaccaro. Okay, I would love it if we could get Kenny Vaccaro, Malik Hooker, or Justin Simmons. All three safeties that are very quality and be great additions, especially Simmons, because that man just was fantastic. Although it says according to that, but is he actually a free agent? Yeah, he already agreed to a deal. Why is it saying that he's a free agent? Weird. Yeah, Malik Hooker's one, and that's about it. I'm satisfied with our current free agency for the most part. And that's I guess my thoughts on the free agency. That's all I got. But I might have to make like a members channel and all that make you like top dog, bro. You got all these freaking questions coming out of nowhere. Genius man. Let's see. Whoever the second viewer is, like, you can totally comment. I mean, that dude is a legend, but don't be afraid to ask questions. And it doesn't have to be football related. But, I mean, I guess if you're just entertained by me and him, I just go for it. But yeah, that dude can only do so much. I don't want all the pressure on him. Also, give a look at his channel. It's some great content, man. And it's just like just as good as mine or better in just about every single video. And he definitely deserves more subs than I am. And he's also Martian. That is very true. He's indeed an alien. And so also you could maybe get yourself some diversity status for subscribing to him because he's the only Martian that we are aware of on Earth. So welcome to our planet. Maybe take over. I don't know what your customs are, so maybe you could make the world a better place. Has anyone ever considered that? What if the aliens are ever the good guys and like their empires or whatever are actually like take me to your leader? Yeah. Like, what if some alien like invaders are actually like the good guys and they could have like put better morals on the country or like live in our world and like steer it to the right path? Oh my gosh, what if aliens are going to be the saviors of the world? There'd be like some kind of end game crisis, and then some aliens are just going to come in and be like, "Here's some technology, but only if you join our empire." That'd be funny. Uh, Definitely some good stuff. I am a Martian. For the longest time, I thought a Martian um, was from Jupiter. I have no idea why. I used to mix up Mars and Jupiter all the time. Don't know why. Just did. So who should get the credit for the Lions' success if we succeed in making the playoffs and go far enough in them? Depends on who does well, man. If Goff's popping off, then I think Goff would deserve a lot of credit. If Swift and Williams are popping off in them, but I would say the person who deserves the most credit is Shelia Ford Hamp, because at the end of the day, Ford Hamp's the one who is the one that hired the head coach and the GM. That if they are the reasons for success, that to get us that go that far, she's the one that hired them. She's the one that gave them the okays to get the players that we got. So Sheila Ford Hamp is kind of the winner in terms of who our credit is due, or I guess maybe a bit Chris Spielman, because I believe Chris Spielman is the one who advocated for Dan Campbell and was kind of like that drafty, but also at the same time, she's the one that hired Spielman. So I guess, oh my gosh, am I giving credit to Ford? Might, oh man, I just give credit to a Ford. I'm gonna be persecuted. I guess technically she's a Hamp, not a Nazi Ford. I don't know. I think in like if you mean like terms of coaches, it's gonna be Campbell. He's the head coach. He's the guy that brought in Lynn and all that. I say the reason I see the team reason being they brought the players together, but the players also to the forum. So I'd say the collective. Join the collective. Yeah. I once again that's why I say Hamp. Like, but if I'm gonna say like players that I can guess are the reason we're gonna be good, I would say Goff, Swift, Williams, and Hawkinson. Actually, just give the credit to the O line. Give them the medal. Give their kid like a Spider-Man box, and say thank you for giving the O line, giving our running backs time and protecting Jared Goff, so that way he doesn't throw for 20 touchdowns and 13 picks. Here's your Spider-Man gift to your kid. Here's also the millions of dollars we promised you. Like, I don't know. Give him that credit. What credit should be due, but I think the O line's probably going to be the team reason. Maybe the D line as well. The trenches, they win games supposedly. So that's my answer for that. Players, it's the trenches guys. If it's the staff, it's Campbell. If it's the front office, it's Ford Hamp. So, and if it's GM, it's Brad Hope. So, thank you, Spider Man. Anytime, man. Anytime. Oh no, he's about to have an Uncle Ben revenge arc or something. Oh gosh, and my Uncle Ben. I am his caretaker. Oh, dang. Tears. Is there even like a single series where Spider Man's like uncle lives? He's either not there or dead. Huh. I still love that you said thank you for Spider-Man. Oh, it's legit. Uh, yeah, yeah, I don't want Lions fans' hopes also to get up. By the way, because I don't want Lions fans to turn on Campbell the moment we don't go to playoffs. With great power comes great responsibility for the Lions just to win. Yeah, that is so true. You can't get cocky when you're the Lions, because then there will be suffering. The football gods would be like, "We gave you a win. How could you disrespect us? Now we're gonna make sure you lose for the rest of your time." It it's blasphemy, man. I like how Justin May the rapper was just like here, and then he was gone. uh, poor poor dead dude. Honestly, just here. I'll create a whole new YouTube account and just freaking sub you for Danks, man. You're definitely helping the stream. Like the 2016 Cowboys. No, not the 2016 Cowboys with Dak Prescott and Zeke Elliott. Zeke should have won Offensive Rookie of the Year, by the way. Nonetheless, yeah. Well, okay. Name one number. Like, how often is it that the number one seed actually goes all the way? By the way, for the NFC, like, it's pretty rare. It gets it's always like some kind of underdog or like some person isn't the number one. You're on a boat that put to sea. The name of the ship was Billy O.T. The winds blew up her bow, it down, blow me, bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. Yeah. Why are you on a boat, bro? Are you fishing? Or is this a figurative saying of saying you're on a boat because you're on the winning boat? Oh, no, I'm not tired. Oh well. There, I must blind myself in order to make sure I don't yawn. The light of the heavens is blinding. Okay. There you go. Great, now I got Wellerman in my head. I gotta look up the lyrics. I'm not just doing the chorus. Wellerman lyrics. That's not. That's. Yeah, there it is. Ah. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't care about the Cowboys. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I kind of. They're the Cowgirls, not the Cowboys, and because they have the responsibility of criminals. Like, oh my word. Do you not see like Zeke with his freaking terrible clothing dressing? Like, oh my word, that man, like, I don't get it, man. Like, the Cowboys should always be like a Super Bowl team, but then they never win. Maybe it's a curse. I was put to sea. The name of the ship was a Billy only. I don't know, man. Like, to be fair, also, isn't every team just kind of like unbuttoned dress shirts, partying on a boat? I mean, freaking Tom Brady freaking yeeted the Lombardi Trophy across a boat. So I really don't know if we should be scolding the Cowboys all that much. I mean, he was just like for iron, just threw it, and criticizing them for the pick. Oh, oh yeah. Well, just okay. It's Jason Garrett. Of course they failed, man. Like the clapper. We'll get him next time. It's all right, guys. Or good job on the win. Good job, guys. Like I swear he was always clapping. I mean, I guess you like the encouragement, but like, what's so remarkable about a clap this time? I don't know. Dang, dude, I got that in my head now. There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was a Billy O.T. Have you ever heard that song, man? Wellerman by Longest Johns. That's a great song. Sea shanties are awesome. I'm not even freaking. What is it? Well, what do you call it? Well, people from Wales. Welsh people. Wales. What do you call people from Wales? Oh, it's a great song, man. It's freaking. Oh man. Okay. I look like a god. Oh, see my way. Okay. Um. Wellerman is just it's a funny song from the 1833, but like it just got popular for whatever reason on the internet. I came across it on YouTube after some guys did it. They were just and whatever reason, and I freaking fell in love with the song. He made oh my gosh, a couple stories on it, but I also can't sing, so I very probably should not have sung that at all. But I don't know. It's probably one of my favorite songs. What is your favorite song? No. Okay, hold up. We let's see if I can act this out. Okay. I know it's not a pencil, but a pen counts. It's 50% of a pencil. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. That play didn't work. Okay. Okay. If we look at it from a certain viewpoint, from a different perspective, I feel like our guys accomplishing things. We got the job done, but we gotta finish. So we gotta put dagger time. I think people forget that Matt Patricia called the greatest play in human history by throwing that the Seattle Seahawks threw the ball on the 1 yard line and Malcolm Butler called an interception, which I called that play. So I definitely know what I'm doing. Hey, you over there, watch your posture. How could you? Like that's summed up Patricia era in a second. And the acting was just as bad as Patricia talking. Like, man, that just potential. That's all the Lions Patricia team was, only for them to fail. Like, seriously, you just see like Patricia just laminated thing, just being like, hmm. Literally, he didn't know at all what he was doing, man. Like he freaking pissed people off. Like he got Darius Slay mad. He got Devin Kennard to go. No, not Devin Kennard. He got Snacks Harrison to be so unmotivated that he went from being one of the best nose tackles in football to the fact he's not even on a team anymore. Like what? Like Darius Slay spends like 3 seasons with him, and now he sucks on Philly. Like Patricia just ruins players, dude. And Devin Kennard, he would get 7.5 sacks for us and like 25 pressures or more. And what did we do? We yeeted him away. Like I do not get it. He was just so freaking like annoying. Like and then my biggest issue was how like unorganized the organization was. You had Derek Brown versus Jeffrey Okuda. Those two were battling it out for who won the best. But at the same time, because I wanted Derek Brown, but in my opinion, if you're the organization should be 100% behind on each other on a selection. I do not care how good the player is. The coach and the GM should both want them, or else it's going to be strife. It's just so annoying because do you for example, what if the Browns were not unified in Baker Mayfield? What if they just didn't want to have him? That Browns would not have had their franchise quarterback because they would have given him up on him on his sophomore year. The Buffalo Bills, they had a plan with Josh Allen. They knew, okay, he's not going to be 100% perfect. We've given him no weapons. They could have given up on him his rookie and sophomore year, but instead, what happened? Josh Allen goes to the playoffs and he's a top 5 quarterback now. Like an organization has to be unified, or else that player is not going to want to feel welcomed. I bet you Okuda did not feel welcomed by Matt Patricia, and that's one of the reasons he never seemed happy or content here. I mean, and another reason I know that Matt Patricia did not want Jeffrey Okuda is Luke G even talked about it. he didn't show him how to be a player. He didn't show him how to break down NFL film. I mean, that's like a basic, like, you need to teach a guy how to look at this film, and they never ever did it. And he was telling people, yo, don't suck that guy's whatever. There was like, he did not care about his players. The only players he cared about were his Patriot boys, Trey Flowers and Danny Amendola and Duran Harmon. Those are the only players he cared about. And Bob Quinn, in my opinion, Bob Quinn did at least a solid job giving him players. He gave him Trey Flowers. He gave him Romeo Aguirre from waivers. I mean, that was a Bob Quinn find, 100%. He gave him Devin Kennard. He gave him Jeffrey Okuda. He gave him Justin Coleman. He gave him Tracy Walker. But then they didn't get anyone. He wanted Derek Brown and didn't get who he wanted. Exactly. That's my thing. I wanted Derek Brown. I loved Derek Brown, man. That was my guy for the Lions last year because I knew our D line was going to suck. Because all we had was Danny Shelton at the defensive tackle spot, and I knew he was limited as a run stuffer. But everyone else was like, "Oh no, Danny Shelton is somehow going to solve our pass rush woes." And Julian Okwara, despite the fact that he plays the exact same position Devin Kennard does, and he's a rookie, we're gonna magically have a better pass rush. But nonetheless, we got Okuda. Okay, I was fine with that. But you gotta be dedicated, man. I mean, you gotta make sure your player feels welcomed, and you gotta make sure both organizations has the same ideas on what they want in the future. And okay, here's another. That's another reason why Campbell's so great. Dan Campbell said, "A true alpha sometimes backs down and lets others get decisions." Not exact quote, but kind of what he said. He said, "Let other people make decisions," and so maybe there was a selection or two that Dan Campbell was like, "Hey, Brad, I don't agree with you on this, but I see everybody else does, so we're gonna pick that guy because I want us to have the same vision going forward." Or Brad Holmes, he might have done that too. Who knows? Maybe they even compromised. Maybe Brad Holmes was like, "Okay, I want Levi Onwuzurike," but then Dan Campbell's like, "I want this guy," and then Brad Holmes is like, "Okay, I don't really want that guy," and then Dan was like, "All right, you can draft Levi O, but I want to leave McNeil up there." Then boom, they got him. Like I that's just what I feel like would happen between Dan Campbell and Holmes. These guys like seem so unified, same vision. Whenever they talk, they're like, "This Brad Holmes is great. Dan's great. Like Brad's great. Dan's great." Like, did you ever see Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn ever compliment each other as much as you've already seen Campbell and Brad Holmes compliment each other? And not even that. Look how unified they are. And Brad Holmes didn't even hire Dan Campbell. Like, how was that possible when Bob Quinn and Patricia were A, friends, and B, Bob Quinn hired him? Exactly. There's versatility. I guarantee you that the Lions do not want Trey Flowers. I guarantee you that. I bet you they do not want to pay Trey Flowers $90 million. Or even Big V. Big V. It was clear. Campbell's already talked about Big V. That is obvious enough. And he's like, okay, we obviously want Penei Sewell, but we also are paying. Well, what was the contract? Wasn't it 5 year, $50 million for Big V? So he's like, okay, we're gonna have to pay Big B for a good sum of money just for this last year. So let's move Big V to guard because that's where we saw the best play, right? And so they moved him to guard and they still got Sue on. So they were like, woo, right? Or maybe Dan Campbell was like, yo, I love Will Harris and Tracy Walker and Bobby Bryce or whatever. And so then they're like, Holmes was like, okay, I trust you, Campbell. And so they didn't address the safety position other than Dean Marlowe. But that's just what I can see. This is like they're so honest about everything. 4 years, 38 million, something like that. Maybe. I don't. I think we had an out. I mean, we have an out after the season. That's all I know. So I think it was 4 years, 38 million guaranteed, and it could have been a 50 million contract or something. Here, I'll look it up. Big V contract. 5 year, $50 million deal, according to multiple reports. I don't know how much the out is though. I know they had an out. Can you imagine if? Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay, that was another reason this organization was stupid. Yeah, you're right. For an unproven backup, you're right. We let Graham Glasgow go for Big B. I will say I do like Big V though. I he's got himself. That man's a dog. That he has the potential as a mauler, and he actually did a good job. I mean, the guy was the closest thing you could get to a starter as a rotator for the tackle position as left and right tackle, rotating with Lane Johnson and Jason Peters. So he had some good mentors, and he's got the size. And again, watch DeAndre Swift. Watch DeAndre Swift's big run. You know the first one that he had with the Jags. It's Big V who absolutely mauls over number 90, opening the hole that Swift gets for that big run. That play doesn't happen without Big V. So they're at least Big V's a good run blocker, but they should not have given him so much money. Whoop, I got alarmed. For me scriptures. But yeah, dude, it's just it's some interesting stuff, and you love to see it. Like it's you love to. It's just great. Like I just like that. This okay. That's not like it's just yes, but the chemistry was building between Glasgow, Ragnow, and Decker. Oh yeah, it was great. I really wish we were able to keep Glasgow. Can you imagine if we had Decker, Jonah Jackson, Frank Ragnow, Glasgow, and Sewell? Like that would have been insane. You would have had yourself a top 5 left tackle, a top 5 center, a top 5 guard, and right guard, and you would have had yourself the best tackle prospect since Trent Williams. And then you even had yourself a solid left guard in Joe Jackson. That would have just been absolutely fantastic. That that could have been the number one line in football right there. Like that would have just been fantastic for the Lions. But no, let's yeah, exactly. That would have been the number one line in football. I guarantee that. Like, it would have been the best offensive line in football. You would have seen you would have had 0 sacks, man. Like that. That's oh. And the thing is, you would have not just had that. You would have had Tyrell Crosby rotating in there, and then you would have had Logan Steinberg rotating in there. Like seriously, that would have been just such a good line. But no, it's. I'm actually convinced that the Big V signing was a sabotage by Bob Quinn because he knew he was going to get fired. You don't sign a tackle like that for a 5-year, $50 million contract when all he's done has been a rotational tackle. Right. All right. Does anyone have any more questions? I think I'm about to end the stream. I've been at it for a while. Yeah. What's your question? Oh yeah. We'll never know who that number 2 viewer was. I wish we got to know. Boo, 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 doo, 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 doo. Ah, no, you're good. All right. Well, do you have any more questions, my guy? I might talk with you more on Discord later, but I think I'm gonna go play like some Halo or something. It was a blast talking to you. Oh, of course, the third person. Okay, since there's 3 people, I would continue to talk more, but okay, if one of these extra people, so that way that dude is not carrying the chat, as much as I love the guy. Come on, another question would be greatly appreciated. And the third person's gone. All right. See you later, buddy. Thanks for coming to the stream. It was fun.